when he wants to summarize these 10 commandments, he does it in terms of love. Love God. Love your neighbor. Love yourself. If we look at these commandments, that's what we actually find here. The first ones are about loving God in a way that makes a difference. In a way that shows that we are attached wholly and completely to serving God and only God. It says if we are going to take on that title of being the people of Yahweh, that phrase needs to mean something. It's not the same as just stamping it on your license plate or on your currency. It has to mean something in our daily actions, in our words, in our interactions. Loving God has to show in how we live our lives. A singular attachment to God among the host of all those competing for our attention, our allegiance. But then we find this commandment about the Sabbath. See, over the years I've heard lots of people looking at this commandment as one of those nitpicky things and using it to pretend that all of God's will are strange little whims, rules and regulations that God has put in place for us that make no sense whatsoever. They're kind of ad hoc. There's no reason behind them. So you have to memorize all the different little rules so that you can somehow approximate what it means to obey God. But remembering the Sabbath is not about some whimsical rule. It's about looking back at the story of creation and seeing that God worked, but God also rested and took joy in what he had created. And if we are to remember the Sabbath, we are to remember that we were created for more than simply working. More than simply